Checkity, checkity, check, check. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're live. We are live. We're live. We're live. Live. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, we're live. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the program. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to what I believe is week six of the 90-day meditation challenge. 90-day meditation challenge. How you doing with that? So welcome to the DHARMA gathering. Tonight I want to take it a little different. I want to take it in a little different direction. We've been doing guru videos, doing a little 5-minute sitting meditation, and then a guru video. But tonight what I want to do is I want to use the time to now follow this thinking. We're going to use Chat GPT, right, as a medically diagnostic tool, right? And we're going to look at something that plagues a lot of people, right? For example, depression. People, when you look at the symptoms of depression, you say people have they don't feel well. They feel disconnected in some way. They have a depressed mood, and they're in a place where they're not satisfied with things, right? So how does the medical field as we know it, medicine, how does medicine deal with it? Well, the first thing they do is they try to figure out if it's even there, right? By asking the patient, right? They ask somebody, how do you feel? And they give them a questionnaire, or psychotherapy, right? And then the treatments are psychotherapy. Actually, electric shock to the brain is actually a treatment for this type of illness. But what the point I'm trying to make is this, is that if mindfulness and meditation has the ability to create joy, happiness, and a sense of relief in someone's life in 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes on an ongoing basis. If someone has the ability to do that, because happiness and joy can't coexist. So if the symptoms of all of these diseases are the things that they say they are, which is a loss of appetite for life, then meditation clearly is the solution to that. And probably, not only is it the solution, but it's probably the only solution. So I want to definitely talk about that and how this amazing program, Chat GPT, is able to diagnose in this way. So we're going to look at that. And then we'll open up the chat. We will open up the chat to anybody who wants to come in. The video chat, the chat on the far side of the screen is open to anybody who wants to chat. And in a little bit, we'll go to the video chat if you want to pop in and join us in the space capsule. This is my thumbnail for tonight. It's the brain. It's the brain. How is the brain wired? And who's able to fix it? Is it the medical profession? Can the medical profession fix your mind by throwing drugs at it or talking to it, psychotherapy? Or is there has to be some sort of exertion by the person? Without exertion, without a conscious exertion to see the problem, then the problem doesn't go away. That'll make more sense as we move along. So I have a website. I do have a website. We're live every morning at 9 a.m. And right here on YouTube, on this special presentation, it's a little after my bedtime, but I'm still doing it. 7 p.m. live Dharma gathering. We hope more of the big Buddhists would come aboard. Big Buddhists, where are you? Hey, big Buddhists in all the Buddhist traditions, where are you? Come one, come all. Come Zen, come Theravadan Buddhism, Shambhala Buddhism. Come join us and on this fascinating Dharma quest. Tonight, we're going to totally debunk the medical profession. We are going to debunk, deplatform, and eviscerate the medical profession, not because we don't like the medical profession. It's we want to help humanity. See, we want all people to feel better about themselves. We want people to get well, not sicker and sicker. So if you have something that can get people well in front of the obvious medical profession's approach to depression and these sorts of diseases, then you have to talk about it. You got to keep telling people about it. All right, so that's what we're doing right now. And I hope that makes sense. Good morning, everybody. Or good evening, should I say. Mikkel Sly in the house. Weevil Girl in the house. Vinny DiMartini. And everybody else who's lurking, or if you're watching this later on to see what the hell is going on over here. Thank you for joining me. The way to fund the program is through Zelle, PayPal, and Patreon as well. But Zelle is the new way to do it. Through banking transfer. So if you're taking this 90-day meditation challenge, meaning that you're going to try for 5 or 10 minutes a day to meditate, think about a little donation. I think I've said that too many times already over the course of the weeks. So let's do that. Let's do the meditation, 5-minute meditation. So what is meditation? What are we talking about here? It is this philosopher's belief that if you could put meditation, the mindfulness of breath, in front of everything else, right? And what does that mean, everything else? It means that in front of your thinking is a constant awareness of the in and the out breath. Something that's always going on. Your attention always sees it. And it's connected to other things. If you can do that successfully, you create a sense of joy, a sense of happiness, and you get a elevated mood from doing that, right? So that's the goal of it, right? So how do you get there? How do you begin to do that? You do it like this. So you basically take a comfortable seat with the intention that for the next 5 minutes, in this case, when you do it for the 90-day meditation challenge, make it 10 minutes. And then after 90 days, you can advance it to 20 minutes or an hour or half an hour or somewhere in between. But for right now, 5 minutes, you set the intention that for the next 5 minutes, I will do this thing. I will do this meditation. I am now meditating. I am working with my mind. I am making a conscious effort to place my attention on my breathing. Breathing in, that's my in-breath. Breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Right? That's all there is to it. I breathe in. And I relax. And when I notice thinking occurring, if it should occur as thoughts evolve, I don't attach to any thought. I just see it. Breathing in and breathing out. I come in contact with my body, how I feel. Right? If depression is real and it's in the body, then through meditation, you'll see it. And or feel it. You'll know where it is. You'll know what it feels like. You'll also know when it's coming on and how to get rid of it. Right. Thich Nhat Hanh, if we believe him, said that depression's can be dissolved if you don't feed them. Within a few weeks, they go away. And then you're left with the opposite, which is joy and happiness. It doesn't just go away and there's nothing. Right? So it's all connected to that, the breathing. So for 5 minutes, we'll do that. Mindfulness of breath. I breathe in. I breathe out. No music, no talking, no sound. Just mindfulness of breath. And see what happens. See you in 5 minutes. And we are back. We're back. We're back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Marcus. Wow, how about that? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you can do that 5 minutes, what happens in that 5 minutes? If you take it sincerely, if you sincerely make an effort to follow the mind, you discover everything about the present moment. You discover where your mind is, where it's going, what it's focusing on. You learn about the body. How do I feel today? Am I happy, joyous, and free? Do I feel some sort of tension somewhere? You learn all these things. You learn about yourself. That's what's going on in these Buddhist monasteries. The Zen Buddhists, the Tibetan Buddhists, the Theravadan Buddhists. That's what they're doing. Their focus is on mood, elevation. That's essentially what it is. It's the elevation of mood, which is what? The opposite of depression. All right, so that's what we're going to look at. So let's ask we're living in a brilliant, incredible, amazing age of technology where technology can become our doctor. All right, you believe that? I do. All right. When I asked Chat GBT, do you understand medicine? And it said yes. I moved on to say, okay, well, let's see. What we have, my friends, is a very, very smart program that is the equivalent of a bunch of college kids in a room running around gathering information from all the sources that they were fed. So what we get when we ask Chat GBT is we basically get the mainstream narrative, the right up the middle answer, the clinical definition of these medical issues, right? So we'll look at them, and as I said earlier, this is a debunk. You're going to see the fatal flaws in medicine, how it diagnoses. And thank you software. The software is revealing it for us. You'll see what I'm talking about as we go along. So we asked the computer, Mr. Chat, what is depression? Right now, depression it appears in almost every kind of disease. When someone is sick, they get depressed. When they have this ailment, they get the side ailment is depression. Right? So, in general, not saying that this is meditation is designed to alleviate depression, which it does. But what I'm saying is that any disease that we plug into this thing will reveal the fatal flaws and the solution, which is always this mindfulness. You'll see what I'm talking about. So what is depression? Depression is a mental health disorder characterized by persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and a loss of interest in activities that were once enjoyable. It can affect how a person thinks, feels, behaves, and can interfere with their ability to function in daily life. Symptoms of depression can include persistent sadness, emptiness. Right? Let me just stop for 1 second. Most people feel like this most of the time. Right? So, persistent sadness or emptiness, feelings of hopelessness or helplessness, loss of interest in activities once enjoyed, changes in appetite, weight, sleep disturbances, fatigue or lack of energy, feeling of worthlessness or guilt, difficulty concentrating, making decisions, or remembering things, recurrent thoughts of death or suicide. Right? So those are the symptoms of depression, right? Those are the symptoms. They can range from mild to severe. So what does the medical profession do about it? Right? First of all, how do you even know it's there? Right? That was the next question I asked. I said, well, how do you measure it? If this is what depression is, if it's all of these things, I said, well, how do you measure it? And then they said, now this is This is as good as asking the AMA for an answer, the American Medical Association, for an answer. Or it's like asking a team of doctors, because this software is programmed to know that, right? So you're actually getting a educated, medically approved definition of these things. You follow that thinking? All right, so what is depression? Here it is. And how do you measure it? Well, it gives us 3 patient health questionnaires, right? PHQ-9, BDI, and HRSD, right? These are all, the first one is a questionnaire that the person fills out. The second one is also a questionnaire, and it asks questions like these. Here's the BDI. Do you feel sad? Do you feel pessimistic? Do you feel like a failure? Right? Do you feel like you let people down? Do you feel guilty? Do you feel like you're being punished? Now, someone in a bad mood would say, yeah, I feel all this stuff, right? Because mood is subjective. We're talking about mood. Sometimes mood is up, sometimes mood is down. The object is to keep mood consistently up, right? Consistently up. Up mood, right? That's how you do it, right? Because if your mood is up, you're not sad. You're not feeling hopeless. If you have a sense of joy and upliftingness, happiness from a mindfulness practice, you're not feeling any of these things. Fatigue or lack of energy, feeling worthless or guilty, right? So right there, I'm just making that point. How do you measure it? You ask the patient or the person, and they basically tell it to you by asking them these repetitive questions, right? And then there's a rating, depression, whatever, right? Hey, welcome, Chris Mill. Chris Mill, good question, Marcus. Yeah, I'm asking what I'm doing. Look, my background when I was in college was in clinical nutrition. I had a deep interest in this a long time ago. And, now approaching 60 years old, I was 17 or 18 wanting to go to college and study this. And I realized the problem was that the medical profession was not receptive to really, really solving the problem for the person. They would just, it just wasn't designed that way. It was designed more for a safety net, like a hospital is a safety net. It doesn't cure anything. People leave a hospital without any, solution to their problem other than swallowing a pill, which in itself will not work. Right? So now I moved on. I said, okay, well, what is the treatment? What is the treatment? If the medical profession knows what it is, they've identified it as having all these characteristics, and they measure it by asking people, and they answer positively to having these things. Well, what is the treatment for this? So here's the 4 they give. Again, medically approved. This is the medical narrative. This is how medicine works right now. And where I say it's not, it's incorrect. You're not going to solve any problems here. Psychotherapy is number 1. Basically, talk therapy. All right, so someone is depressed, and you're going to talk about their thoughts and feelings and behaviors with them. And then you're going to try to get in there and change that behavior by talking to them. Okay. All right. I'm with you on that one. Let's hold that for a second. Number 2, medication, antidepressant medication, such as serotonin reuptake inhibitors, can help to alleviate symptoms of depression. These medications work by regulating levels of certain chemicals in the brain that affect mood. Really, medicine, what chemicals in the brain what What chemicals in the brain affect mood exactly are you talking about? So you know the chemical that affects mood, right? And you're going to change that mood from one mood to another mood. Is that what you're going to do with your serotonin? It makes no sense. You're throwing this antidepressant trying to regulate a chemical in the brain that affects mood, right? Right there, there's fatal flaws all over the place. Biology doesn't work that way. If you throw a chemical at the body, the chemical goes everywhere. It doesn't just, go to the mood. Now, on the other hand, if we're talking about mood elevating substances, you might have something there, right? But this is their approach. The third one, brain stimulation therapy. Psychotherapy, for those who psychotherapy and medication doesn't work, this is barbaric, right? This is happening in our time right now, right? Brain stimulation therapy. These include electroconvulsive therapy and transcranial magnetic stimulation, which use electrical or magnetic pulses to stimulate the brain. Now, that is some shit right there. Think about your medical profession. So many people suffer from depression. So many people. And first line of attack or treatment is psychotherapy. Expensive, hard to find, not always reliable, probably not even effective. Most people don't want to go talk to somebody about their goddamn problems. I want to feel better. I want something that makes me feel better. Talking, it just it makes me feel worse. And your medications, I feel lethargic when I take this crap. I don't like it. It doesn't make me happy. And I'm not sitting down for no electric shock to my brain. And number four, if you can imagine, number 4 is stuffed in there. Lifestyle change, of course. Making certain lifestyle changes can also help to improve symptoms of depression. These include regular exercise, healthy diet, and getting sleep, reducing stress. Well, how are you going to reduce stress, right? So the latter, number 4, is actually should be number 1, because if you do number 4, you don't need number 1, 2, and 3, right? If you can, and what I mean by lifestyle change, if you could put a meditation practice in front of your everyday life, right? You're now able to change your life for the better, right? That's what happens. You start to see your own pain and your own suffering, and you start to make changes. You don't eat garbage. You don't beat yourself up. You don't sit around worrying, inundated with guilt and fear and doubt. You change your behavior. You're doing it. You're doing it. And when you're doing it, you're seeing that it's real, that you could actually do this thing. Right? That's the significance of meditation. That's probably the number 1 factor that isn't even considered in medical treatment for disease, right? So I asked that very question. Would you agree that number 4, lifestyle, can make 1, 2, and 3 less necessary, right? Or obsolete, really. And it agrees. It's possible to make certain lifestyle changes, such as exercise, diet, sleep, can alleviate symptoms of depression, right? So, and then it always says, oh, well, you need to speak to a qualified health provider. Really? What is a qualified health provider? What does that mean? Right? We've eliminated the need for them, because we've got the supercomputer doing it for us, telling us. Then I asked him more about this brain stimulation therapy crap. Here's a question that I asked it, right? Because all diseases are crossoverable. A lot of the symptoms in one disease are consistent with the same symptoms in other diseases. For example, what other diseases besides depression show these symptoms? The symptoms of depression. So I asked it, well, what other diseases have these same symptoms? And it told me. It said diphtheria, which is also chronic depression, bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, adjustment disorder. Right? So there's all these other depressions, sort of. Aren't they all the same? If anxiety disorder has the same symptoms as depression, then it's the same. You're dealing with the same thing. Throughout all of these psychological problems, you're dealing with the same thing. You're dealing with a depressed mood, a physiological depression in the body, a feeling of down. What are you going to do about it? Throw drugs at it, electrocute the person, or change the lifestyle? All of it. Diet, exercise, meditation, water, sun. Right? It's the only way out. It's the only way out of any of these things. But it's never suggested. That's the point. Right? That's the point I'm trying to make. This is the medical way of going about things. They know that these symptoms cross over into all of these other problems, but they still don't have a solution for it. Right? So I say, okay, well, summarize these feelings in 2 words. Right? And it said depression symptoms, and I asked it again. It said mood disorder. Right? So you could sum up all of these symptoms as a mood disorder or simply mood. Right? You following this thinking? So if all of the symptoms, right, of depression, for example, or these other psychological problems in people is an affected mood. And what is mood? Mood is, how do I feel? How do I feel? Like, again, I'm a morning person. I feel best in the morning. Right now, I feel tired. I'm a little tired. I'm a little cranky. You know, I'm ready to go to sleep. So my mood is not 100%. It's, you know, down in the 70%, you know, with a tad of, you know, fuck you in there, right? But essentially, the medical profession agrees that it's mood, right? That's what this is all about. That's what this Dharma talk is about. It's that if the medical profession identifies the problem of depression, which, you know, monks and, you know, meditators look at all the time, see it and know what to do with it, right? Then the solution is meditation. It is going right to the source of the problem, which is some sort of physiological depressed mood in the body that can be addressed with mindfulness. All right, so the symptoms listed are related to mood and are commonly associated with depression. So I ask, so the opposite of mood depression is mood elevation, right? So again, if you want to reverse these symptoms of mood depression, then what do you get? You get elevation. And that, even the medical profession refers to it as feelings of happiness, joy, and excitement, right? Yes, the opposite of depression in terms of mood is often described as mood elevation or elevated mood. Elevation of mood can refer to feelings of happiness, joy, or excitement. There it is. right? So basically, if the medical profession doesn't have anything that could elevate a mood to happiness, joy, and excitement, not some synthetic rush of manic, she got shot up with some kind of chemical that jolts you up and you're manic, right? True happiness, joy, and excitement about life, right? The medical profession is incapable of creating that, right? They don't even encourage it because they don't know how to get to it. If they did, they would, the treatments would be around lifestyle, almost exclusively. How to correct lifestyle, right? So again, the opposite of depression in terms of mood is mood elevation, or elevated mood can refer to the feelings of happiness, joy, or excitement, right? And I make the difference between happiness and manic, right? I'll read the comments in a second. Mikhail Sly says pain is not real. No, it's real. You're really feeling it, but is it what you think it is? Is it an indicator of something? You're right. You're right about that. What is generally true? Experiencing true happiness, joy, or excitement is not considered manic. It agrees. However, in individuals with certain mental health conditions, such as bipolar disorder or elevated manic moods, sometimes can be mistaken for happiness or excitement. No, it can't. No, it can't. I fundamentally disagree with you, medical profession. Nobody in the proper meditative, contemplative circles would ever mistake manicism as happiness and joy. We know the difference. You don't know the difference, right? That's the problem. You're not trained in seeing the difference. So nobody on the proper side of the fence would mistake happiness, joy, and excitement. I'm talking to this as if they are the official authority, because this software, again, has access to, probably 100 years of medical, nonsense, journals, right? It has the official medical opinion of everything, if you ask it. Right? So mania is distinct emotional characterized by euphoria, grandiosity, decreased need for sleep, racing thoughts, and impulsive behavior. Now, nobody can perceive that as, no thinking human being, balanced human being would misconstrue that as happiness, joy, or excitement. So I say meditation creates elevated mood associated with happiness, joy, and excitement. Right? If meditation can create that, then you eliminate the need for the other. Right? Because again, if happiness, joy, and excitement exist, the symptoms, the opposite symptoms, are not there anymore. They're simply not there. Happiness and depression can't coexist. Right? They're opposites. They're opposites. Joy, right? What's the opposite of joy? Loneliness. What's the opposite of excitement? Not being excited about things that are exciting. Right? So if meditation can create a elevated mood, not just meditation, it has to be the whole package. Meditation, exercise, diet, eating right, taking the sun, drinking water, relaxing, sleeping correctly. If these things I put them under the umbrella of lifestyle and or meditation, then you solve the ancient mystery of sickness, right? You've given people the tools necessary for sustained health, right? The medical profession, according to this software, has not given us any evidence at all that they have a solution to this problem, right? But meditation shows over and over and over again that it works, right? It says that meditation cannot be a standalone treatment for depression, but yes, it can, right? So that's all I really want to say. I think I went a little winded on that. But anyway, thanks for listening to that. I think there's something to it. I definitely think that I had reviewed that today because I was asking the questions, but reviewing it again, like with the group and in a live format, it does seem that the blaring holes in medicine, the treatment of human beings with medicine, the theory of medicine, is fatally flawed in that it doesn't look at the most important element of human healing, which is self-exertion. One has to have the intention and the knowledge and the desire, the simple discipline to actually do it. This simple discipline, right? So that's the whole thing. So if you guys want to come on into the chat, I didn't drop the link in. I'll give you the link. So the chat is open. Chat is open. I'll read your questions while I'm waiting, or your comments. Past life contact. Chris Milk. Genetic contract. Yeah, it's all those things are, I guess, possible. Mm-hmm. I think I'm here. Am I here? Turn on my microphone. Turn on my photo. And pow, there we are. There we are, man. I'm in the space capsule. I'm in the space capsule. Weevil Girl in the chat says regular exercise has the same quality of effects as antidepressants and has been shown to work just as well. Absolutely, yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It does work. What an amazing thing we're doing, right? I'm doing it in stereo here. I'm talking to myself. But I'm just a layperson, right? I'm arguably a layperson who just cracked the mystery of medicine. I debunked it. Right? That's messed up. I bet the medical profession wouldn't agree with that. But anyway. So come on in if you guys are there. Anybody's welcome. You don't have to be special to come on in. You don't have to be invited. You are invited. I just invited you. Come on into the chat. Smoke my peace pipe. And Weevil Girl is here. Good morning, Weevil Girl. Weevil Girl. What's up, Weevil Girl? What's up, Weevil Girl? How are you?
Hey, good.
Letting Vinny in. Let Vinny in. Vinny DiMartini. What's up, Vinny?
Hi, Vinny.
What's up, Weevil Girl? How are you? How's it going?
I'm good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing good.
I guess I hear you a lot. I'm trying to do that stuff you're talking about. Drink my water.
Mm-hmm.
The sunlight thing's really hard. We got a little sunlight today, but
yeah. It's snowing.
It's really hard to get sunlight right now. But I did go to hot yoga again. I'm loving hot yoga, you guys. If you live in a cold area, it warms you up and you sweat, which is really good for your body. And so I feel really good after that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just said, the regular exercise really can help your mood too.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about people with depression.
Right.
You just got to find something you like, whether it's ice skating or yoga or running or walking.
Mm-hmm. Right, activities, no doubt. It's such a. It sounds like we're cracking some kind of mystery here, but it's like it's been known for centuries, and you would like to see it. You would like to see the medical profession change, but it doesn't seem to do that. A lot of people suffer. What's up, Vinny? What's up, Vinny? You there?
Hey,
What's up, man?
yeah,
How you
I'm
doing?
here.
How are you?
Can you see me? I could don't see it. Just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little
We
thing in the
see you
corner.
and hear you. See
I
you
can
and
see you. Yeah.
All right.
I can see you. What's up, man?
Yeah, man, we're just rolling with the kicks and punches of life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I really resonate with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Myself and a lot of my close people do with the whole PTSD thing,
Mm-hmm.
the depression thing, the medications. There's so much of it, and I've hunted for solutions all out of it. Outside of that, I got off the psych meds from the state and everything else, and then they don't want to help you at all or anything. It's like it's been a tough road, and it's a very dangerous thing when you're on maximum thing for all these bipolar things and depressions and whatnot. It's very tough.
Yeah.
When you've had people try to kill you in your sleep and stuff like that. Like I've led a real tough existence, and it's still a hard road for people. And this, pain's real. It's manufactured by little things in your body that tell you that you're in pain, like something twisting around in your hernia area or something. Oh, that's fucking real. You better believe it. It's something wrong, and you're gonna have to deal with it. But
Ouch.
the medications and meditations are great. I mean, innovation and experimentalization has brought us to this point in everything that we have in medical and everything else, without what they would call as rogue wackos and stuff that experiment, we wouldn't have all the things we have nowadays.
Right.
And that's just a fact.
Yep.
Discovering new ways. Hey, maybe I could bend your ear on this. Try this. It's helped me. There's a lot of different things, man. And yeah, it's a tough road for a lot of people.
You know what I discovered when I was doing this, when I was looking at this thing, just quickly. If you look at, I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm sorry, I totally forgot. The symptoms, right? Oh yeah, the symptoms. I want to go to the symptom page. The symptoms of depression: feeling hopelessness, helpless, loss of interest in activities once enjoyed, blah, blah, blah. Lithium and a lot of the substances, like these antidepressants, actually cause those symptoms. You're being treated for anxiety, and then they throw this medication at you, and it increases. It becomes exaggerated. So,
they're
feeding you the very thing that's causing the problem, and then it snowballs into something else.
Right.
You got to.
No, I totally see that, and my position on that is that I've been in alchemy for decades. Is you would have to balance somebody's pH out and everything just right, because you're creating other chemical reactions inside someone's body. Just like when you eat a food, I can't eat that, it gives me gas, or this makes me, it gives me bad dreams, or whatever your thing is. It's yeah, that stuff It's real. And what's interesting is you're talking about the burning bush the other day, which is interesting to me because of all of the ancients and all of these, you would call them historical philosophers, such as Plato and stuff. They talked about these rocks and these bales. They would bring to these rocks. This guy would sit around and well, this obviously it's it's marijuana, and he would meditate under that and come up with a lot of things. I mean, this dates back to Atlantis and everything, but I find that very interesting, as well as like Buddha under a boa tree. And this little meditation. That boa tree is.
What did he find in that tree? Why did he
he
stay there so long?
The figs. Now
the figs.
they were figs,
Right,
and they're
figs.
loaded in serotonin. He was getting a re-intake inhibitor.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
All possible.
Because this comes down to pharmacology and peptides, and it goes down in there into the peptide and goes into your natural receivers.
He also
where the third eye would be.
He also
right. So when
I'm going to smoke.
Right. The alpha is tyrosine. Okay, and the beta serotonin. So he's using an reintake inhibitor to he's in his trance. He's in his meditative state. Yeah. And they're all using some sort of vehicle of some sort.
Yeah.
From everything I've studied for a long time.
I would say this.
So I find it
I would say this. If again, I'm not discounting the psychedelic road to enlightenment. What I'm saying is that, listen to what I'm saying. In absence of proper diet, exercise, sleep, drinking enough liquids, taking the sun, without taking care of yourself, that is not
absolutely.
That does not that it sends you further into the ditch because
I agree with that.
It pushes the downward trajectory. You're going down. Your mood is going down, and then you're throwing something else on top of it. It just drags it down more. But if you've already pointed yourself in the sense of opening up, right? Listening to your body saying, my God, all this crap that I'm eating and drinking and consuming is hurting me. I could see it. I feel it. And I'm able to turn away from it. And then you find something like a mushroom that elevates the mood and makes it enjoyable even for a few moments that, enhances that. Then I would say, it enhances the experience. And that's probably what, these yogis do, right? They're not trying to create the mood using the drug. They're trying to elevate the mood that they're creating. If that makes sense. You gotta. The meditation shows you how to exert, right? You've got to exert yourself. There's so many explanations to this, but once experienced, once practiced and experienced, then you see it. You're like, oh, that's it. That's how you do it. You meditate, you find the balance, and then everything around you changes because you're interacting differently. You're interacting from a place of happiness, joy, and contentment.
Project yourself to a different state.
Right.
But you have to take care of yourself.
First.
You can't just sit there and say, I'm fasting and I'm doing nothing else but this. And your body, there's places that in your body's engine that needs your attendance like now. For real.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I noticed when you were just now when you were reading that list of the, I guess, the depression symptoms or
Yeah.
signs?
Mhm.
Don't you think they all seem to have in common the aspect that you're disconnected,
Mm-hmm.
you're lethargic, you have
Right.
no interest, you're disconnected, and that makes you depressed. We're disconnected from nature, we're disconnected from each other, we're disconnected from
Right.
community, we're disconnected from family, we're disconnected from just like being part of nature the way we actually were meant to be. And so if you can start to reconnect
Reconnect. Mm-hmm.
and disconnect from the damn TV, right?
Right.
Or the
Right.
YouTube or your video or whatever it
We
is.
You,
have to
you solve the mystery.
reground and
Wait. So you
and
solve.
connect again,
Yeah.
but disconnect from other things
Yeah.
to go in and you
Yeah.
know what
We
I
got to
mean,
connect to the right
rejuvenate
stuff.
ourselves to reconnect to our level, our ground, whatever works for you,
Mm-hmm.
in
Right.
your journey and so forth. That's
Yeah.
just my opinion, and it's just so. I mean, it's apparent. I mean, it's so logical. How can anybody poo-poo it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least try.
And if you're feeling really sad and you just go out in nature just by yourself, nature will start to uplift your mood.
I'm
Now you might
Yeah.
telling
not come
you.
back
Mm-hmm.
skipping, but you're going to feel better.
Yeah.
And these animals, I got a wonderful one over here. You can't see her. Her name is Pippi.
Mm-hmm.
She's an American
Yeah.
bulldog. She's over here. She's looking at me, and she just makes me smile, man, at the worst times.
Mm-hmm.
Man, have an animal.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are totally a support thing. I don't care what it is, a ferret, a cat, a dog, a bird.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, I thought about getting the bird here, someone who could talk to me. It'd drive the dogs crazy. I had an owl.
Yeah. That probably would.
Feed the birds.
He's
Feed the
fine.
outside birds. Get a good feeder.
Oh,
Fascinating.
we got birds all over. We got special food
I have
for
them in
them.
my yard. They come. I feed them every
Yeah,
morning, and they're just. I got a whole flock
we got them. We got the
flock of birds.
squirrels and these little rat dudes with his tennis ball bodies. They're running around. They're just having a feast. I go down there every morning before you start the show. I'm like looking at these goofs. They're running all back and forth. A couple squirrels in there mowing. Birds are flying in. Those little tennis ball rats are running around, eating all the bird food too.
Reconnection.
It's funny, man. It makes me chuckle.
Right.
You gotta reconnect.
But when
will
when
go
was the
ahead.
last time your doctor said to go outside for a walk? Or
I don't have a doctor.
right?
I got all this
If you
white
got a
privilege.
doctor.
I don't have any health care. I don't have shit. You know,
Yeah.
I'm making my own medicines and use sonication, ultrasounds. I got a lab, and I research and I try to follow through as much as I can. That's all I could do, right?
And you do iodine stuff,
Oh,
right?
yes. Oh, thank you, Pentagon and Israel. Let's pick up these fucking sales again. You fucking guys, man. You fucking no good fuckers. Hell yeah. People starting to buy it again, and I've got it.
Yeah.
I'm in position.
Nice.
No, my shit's the real deal.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fascinating subject.
Hell yeah. My God.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've been helping my other buddy out, PTSD. He's from West Coaster too. We've been hanging out around a year. This guy was a Black Panther. He's rolling 40s, Crip from the West Coast. I'm from the West Coast. We've been through a lot of the same places and a lot of everything. So I'm about 16 years older than him. And we've become good friends. People around here are like, my God. That crazy fucker over there, that Vinny guy, and then that dude, oh, we don't like this at all, but those guys run everybody off. Hell yeah. You ain't starting no shit around here. No way. So that's been pretty cool, and he's got a thing that they're talking about.
That's fun.
gang awareness, violence, institutions, and substance abuse. So he's brought me in. I'll go in and talk to some of these dudes, but I'm white, and they're not going to totally all respect me. You know what I mean?
You're the
Because
wrong
this
color.
is predominantly black area. So, but I've talked to a few of them with them, and it's worked out pretty cool. They're starting to get the gist of you're going to get with the program, and the program's going to get with you. Is this the life you want? Really? Really?
Right.
Let us tell you about some of ours. And let's go for a real ride. How tough do you think you are? So it's been kind of a scared straight.
Aggressive
Oh.
spirituality. Take it or we'll shove it down your throat.
Right. And so that's been kind of cool. When you can at least reach a few people and they know what this stuff's all about. I like that. That made me feel pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
This is nothing you want to be involved in, all this shit.
No. Yeah, you got to meet people where they're at, and like there's different lessons for different people at different times, and we each have different ways we can do it. So that's cool, Vinny, that you're doing that.
Yeah. So that's cool. It makes me feel good if I could just, reach at least one person.
Even just one person, that's huge.
In an area like this, and these other dudes are these old gangster dudes, and they're like, they just love the hell out of me. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And this guy is, now get ready for this. He was a Panther as well, and a black Jew. So is the other postal worker I met is another black Jew. So I could bag the hell out of everyone in Israel with these people because they know I know what I'm talking about, and they hate blacks over there. You're lowering the dog.
A double whammy, a black and a Jew.
Yeah. So it's been really interesting. These are I would have never imagined at 56 I'd be in Georgia hanging out doing this shit. But I am, and it's been pretty cool. Yeah. We have a few issues. We have issues with with ourselves, and we're working through them, and got a cool little unity thing going, and teaching each other, communicating, settling each other down. It's like
building community, kind of.
Yeah. So I think that's a really positive thing, and that's a good feeling to go into. Also, I've known that in the meditations, like sometimes somebody have some, like, oh, I just had this issue with this dickwad in this parking lot. Oh my, this was horrible. You're like, oh, this just happened to me on my computer. You're like, okay, I'm gonna sit back and meditate right now. Trying to get stuff with like old shows of laughter in the background, something that triggers my mind where I'm kind of giggling and then go into it. It seemed to make a difference. I don't know. If
it's a struggle, maybe you need to take a break, stop.
Right. I have with a lot of things, with a lot of the propaganda machine, the news, but or I'm usually a news hound, but
yeah, me too.
Any kind of tool that we can utilize and use it a different way on anything we're tinkering with in our life that it's going to make a difference. Well, I'm all for that, whether we agree or disagree. I mean, just try things, experience things, try meditation, try anything that you think's going to work. However you can do this to
it's all back
information. The economy's going to be okay. Whatever. I work all of it in there. Every bit of it. Now it's like
I got a book recommendation for the chat and for everyone. Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, Informal Talks on Zen Meditation and Practice. And I'm going to
That's
slaughter
pretty
the author's
cool.
name, but it's Shunrui Suzuki.
Suzuki Roshi, yeah. Suzuki Roshi? Is that his name? There he is.
Sound is so
Yeah,
cool,
it's really
not
good
cool.
so far. Plus, it's a short book, so you can feel really accomplished. Like, oh, I read another book.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
it's really good. I think you'd like it, Marcus, because it's just what you're saying, like no frou-frou stuff. Just
Yeah.
breathe in and out, sit up straight,
Right.
bow
right.
at the end to your master kind of thing, bow to yourself.
Right.
I heard
Fine.
our sound is poor.
What's that?
Diana C. Welcome, Diana C. I don't know.
I don't know what you're saying, Vinny. What are you saying?
I don't know. It's in the chat.
He's talking about the chat.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I know I'm turned up and
She said sound is poor. I don't know what that means. Everything sounds good over here. Everything is the same.
yeah.
Looks like
Is it my sound? Oh.
No, you're
No.
loud.
I hear
We're all loud and
everybody.
clear.
Everything is fine.
I don't know what that is. It looks like
But you know, Google and YouTube has been just my shit's been like that. It's just man, they don't even give you notifications. They don't do shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
No, the
screw it, you're
stream
not
is good.
getting no views.
Yeah, the stream is good. It's strong. It's strong. Yeah. So anyway, we'll keep this going. It definitely, it's. I'm sold. I'm sold on it. There's no really going back at this point. You just keep. I got to become more of a night person though. I prefer the. I get very sleepy at night, but it's all good. It's all good. You don't feel 100% all the time.
Who are these peeps?
They're
Who are
not.
these
That's
peeps?
you
I
know
don't
what
know.
I'm saying?
Who are we? Marcus, who are we?
Who are we? What do you mean?
I don't know.
As
She's Diana C is asking, who are these peeps? I guess me and Weevil Girl and I.
tune me in, Marcus. Who are these peeps? These peeps are just friends of the program, just like you. You're welcome to come on. There's nobody. We're nobody special here. We're all just the same.
Come on,
We're
Diana.
just some
Come
Yeah,
peeps.
you get clicking now. Well, I'm gonna kill it soon, but if we got some more time. If anybody wants to come in, keep it going, keep it going. But it's all good. I want to continue this talk. I know the gurus have a lot to offer, but the revelations and
Right.
the revelations in the software are pretty profound. Where you're getting to ask literally an educated professional their position on these things, right? And you could see how it's flawed. It never offers
Well,
you. They don't have a solution for a lot of these problems. They always come back, well, you need more therapy and more expert professional opinions of what's going on for you, and none of it amounts to anything. You still have elevated suicide, obesity, PDST.
Yes.
All these things are on
It
the
sure
rise.
makes a lot of money for people, though.
Yeah.
It
Pill
does.
selling and the
Cash cow.
pill selling and the pill selling.
Yep. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a cash cow. It most definitely
But
is.
here's the
And
deal.
it,
Here's the deal. All right. So if it's a cash cow, right? If all right, obviously selling pills is a cash cow, keeping people in the grip. But if you're
Right.
perfecting a treatment for depression, like a 7-day container where people eat right, relax, sleep, they're doing all of the right things. They're detoxing from the negativity, the behaviors as well. Then put the money there. It's not like there's no money in it, right? The money can be there. It's just not in selling pills. It's in actually creating environments to help human beings get well, right? You follow that
Right.
thinking?
And that's the big difference.
Yeah. Do you guys ever listen to that Gabor Mate?
Yeah.
He does a lot of good stuff with trauma and depression and kind of a psychologist, philosopher dude.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And his son is that Aaron Matei, right? Who's on.
I know. Yeah, I've heard Aaron Matei. I thought so. That's his father.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. When you look at the, let's ask. I did it already, but when you ask the software about the Tibetan studies on monks, where they wired their heads up and these monks were able to essentially play games with the electroencephalograph that was on their head. They were able to make it react in ways that they had never seen before. They saw activity in parts of the brain that were generally unsustainable for normal people. So it's already been proven. It's not like this hasn't been proven.
Right.
It's not like unscientific at all. It's tangible. The other thing is, go to Buddhist monasteries, go to these places, these long retreats, and find depression. Try to find it. Ask people, are you feeling these feelings? And they're like, no, it's not there. So it works. You go to Zen monastery in, Plum Village in France, Thich Nhat Hanh's place, nothing but smiling monks, nothing but uplifted kind of, maybe there is a level of depression in there, but it's not coming out of people's mouths. It's essentially not there. Right? So there's more evidence. There's no evidence.
Yeah.
Well, that is evidence. Evidence is that the things that are in your community that you're trying to fix don't exist in their community because they fixed it.
Yeah, and meditation is really just deeply connecting with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we're stopping that disconnection. And then you give them pills and they disconnect further. Because it's disconnecting them from their own emotions. So now I'm not saying that nobody has ever benefited though from antidepressant pills, and maybe it's something you need for a little bit. And then you could wean yourself off it with the healthier practices and other ideas.
Right.
But if you need it, you need it. That's between you and yourself and your doctor. But
yeah,
I think eventually you don't want to stay on that your whole life.
Right. The approach the approach to treatment has to change. It has to be viewed as a lifestyle change, right? That would be the revolution in medicine, where they stop looking at the biochemical makeup and let's throw some drugs at it, or let's electrocute this one's brain and see what happens. Right, that'll work.
Yeah,
I think I'd try meditation first before I signed up for.
Right, fucking brain electrical shock therapy. Invoking a seizure. Insane.
Right. And that stuff's real. It's in Title 15 of the CDC, California Department of Corrections. It's all in there. I know people who've been through it, who've been on this therapy thing where they wanted to debrief them from prison gangs. Okay. They put them on different buses, sent them to different institutions, and gave them electroshock therapy. Right.
Zap them.
Think that stuff isn't real? It's been going on for a very long fucking time.
I didn't realize it until I read it. I didn't realize that it was still used until today. I was like, wait a second, they're still electrocuting people?
It's not real public, but it's real. It's very real.
That's fucking crazy.
That's sad. Yeah. I've been studying a little bit about sound and frequencies. And every cell supposedly has a prime resonance. That cell will resonate at that particular vibration or frequency.
Right.
And then if you get two cells and they're both resonating at their frequencies, they'll sync up. And this is just a microcosm of all of us are resonating at different frequencies. Then when we encounter each other, we're affecting each other. You have too many dissonant frequencies it's going to throw your frequency off. So now your cells are no longer vibrating at their prime frequency, and that's when illness starts to take place. They've broken this down. At least the thing I was going through, cancer occurs at like 42 hertz.
Wow.
In certain organs. And then colds and flus start when your vibration's very low, 55 hertz and around there. So you want to keep your vibration up. It's just another way of saying your mood up, right?
Right. I think it's safe to say now that even the medical field will argues it has everything to do with mood. Right.
And they are destroying cancer now with sound frequencies. It's pretty amazing.
And I'm using a lot of those.
Yeah,
I got the ultrasonic over here and a lab, and so I'm very.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about it. I know music is
right. The 432.
I don't know what frequency the piano is, but I like it.
I also have one of those real light things that I can shine on myself since I live in the Northwoods. And that's supposed to like help you.
Right.
I don't know. Whatever. You gotta just keep trying. You can't give up and grow lethargic no matter what your problem is.
Right.
You gotta just keep trying. So
let the feeling of wellness carry you, right? It's how you feel. It's how, if you feel uplifted. I mean, again, I don't feel like that all the time, but there are moments like when I'm running, for example, when I'm, in that zone. It is transcending. It is outer body experience. It is euphoric. It's all those things. So yeah, and I'm creating it. Nobody's doing it for me. I'm going out there and I'm doing it over and over and over again. And it's almost without fail. So it's like a go-to, it's a thing that, so mood is mostly, can be elevated extremely, but it could also be level at a place where you don't fall off into the depression. You don't fall because you see it. You're like, oh, here comes a storm, and now you increase the practice. You go further into it. And when that inevitable storm or depression happens, it's the human condition. When it happens, you're prepared for it. You're like, you feel it, you see it, but it's not killing you. It's just there.
Yeah, and you have your tool bucket. You got your meditation practice. I got my light or whatever I bought. You got your practice of running. I might have practice of doing yoga. You got your tools in that bucket of mental wellness that you can take out and stuff.
Yep. All right, man.
Let's
say goodnight to you guys.
Well, it's nice seeing you guys.
Yeah, man. We'll keep it rolling. Thank you. You both wrenches. Thank you for the wrenching. We don't really need it. I mean, sometimes, people will come in and storm in. They'll see a weakness. But not lately. Not lately. We're doing good with that. People are, I guess, staying positive. All right, man. I'll see you guys. Good night. Good night. Sleepy time. See you, man. See you, Vinny. And we're done. We're live. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for being here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mark Sconti reporting. Wow, what a day. We debunked all of medicine. Medicine is now debunked. There is no more medical profession. It's all mindfulness. It's all mindfulness. Peace, everybody.